Okay. Now you were given any. Now, were you given any instructions as to whether or not you all should be were allowed to have firearms at the club or in the city while you're trying to get this business deal down? So either myself, this is Reggie speaking, y'all, the guy that said he keep getting online and so I ain't tell niggas not to have their guns, right? This is him talking right here, y'all. So either myself, he and when he's know it's him, he always act like he can't remember who was involved when it's to him. And he always got to put somebody else there that ain't there to goddamn so he not making it a direct confirmation on himself. He always, oh, I can't remember. You're gonna notice that several times in this, right? So either myself or Mr. Khaleesi's in the meeting that I had with all of my security, not George Khaleesi's, a lawyer. He didn't hire these security dudes. His Reggie's responsibility. He didn't even have to be there. Reggie could have delegated that to them. They never had to have a conversation with this guy. They worked for Reggie. So, not saying that the order came from George Khaleesi's. I'm just saying Reggie's putting him in the conversation. But for me, is it don't matter what that guy say anyway. Even if he said, yo, they can't have their guns, he delegates that to Reggie. Reggie delegates that to his team. He's the head. He's the boss. They don't have to hear that from him, is my point. So either myself or Mr. Khaleesi's in the meeting that I had with all of my security, who were mainly off duty or retired police officers, and I informed them or Mr. Khaleesi's, I forgot who it was. Y'all know I am on YouTube when he lying. This is one of those times. But I know I echoed it if I wasn't the one that said it. Now remember, but I know I echoed it. I agreed with him, but I might have been the one that said it. He might have been echoing me, is what he's saying here. And I informed them or Mr. Khaleesi's. I forgot who it was, but I know I echoed it if I wasn't the one that said it. Ban them from having their firearms on them inside of the nightclub. Told them we didn't want that night. Didn't want to see any guns. If they had any problem with it, don't come to work. All right. Now I'm going to focus your attention to the day of the Tyson Sullivan fight. So we were on Friday. Now we're moving on to Saturday, the day of the fight. Okay. Do you recall where you were staying? At the Luxor Hotel? And was that where everybody else associated with Death Row was going to be staying? The staff, the worker staff, and the artists. But Mr. Knight and about three of his friends, Mr. Knight had just purchased a home out here maybe 4 months prior, right? Remember, he asks questions and then he never gives direct answers. He's come with the fluff like you do on YouTube, right? Check. So Mr. Knight had just purchased a home out here maybe 4 months prior. And, you know, he had got a lot of renovation done to it. And he, as a matter of fact, we were having the next day a big family reunion. Well, the question, y'all, was, and was that where everybody else associated with Death Row was going to be staying? That is a simple yes or no, right? Or no, some people was going to be staying at Suge House and some people was going to be staying at the hotel. This whole story he's doing is a deflection to throw the person off that's asking the question, or to throw the jury off, the grand jury off, to the direct answer to this question. He makes up this fucking Kaiser Soze stories every time he's asked a question. Oh, I was in a group, a quartet. It was the owner was a big, fat white orca black girl. Like, he does the Kaze Soze every time. Mr. Knight had just purchased a home out here maybe 4 months prior. And, you know, he had got a lot of renovation done to it. As a matter of fact, we were having the next day a big family reunion. Well, me and his Sunday, we were planning to have a big, he had a lot of his family members out, you know, to go to the club, of course, and we were going to have a big family reunion. The question was everybody from Death Row Associated staying at the Luxor? Where did he answer that and all that I just read? He did. He just told them a bunch of bluff to cloud the jury's mind, the grand jury mind, because they're like, damn, well, what was the question? Right? He knows what the question was, and he knows where he's getting at by asking that. But Reggie's so smart. He's a cop. He knows about interrogations. He's throwing them off. He was given a big, remember the question again is, was everybody that was associated with Death Row staying at the Luxor? That's the question. He was given a big party because he wanted to show off his house. But they were at the house. Maybe about 4 of the people were going to be at the house. So, but the artists like Shakur, the Outlaws, other artists that were coming out, they were staying at the Luxor. And even myself, I had a room at the Luxor. So you were at the Luxor as well. Yes. And so other staff and security, they were staying at the Luxor as well? Yes, sir. Okay. Now let's stop right there. If Reggie's staying in the same hotel, right, as the Outlaws, Frank, and whoever else was there, right? After the fight happened, Reggie don't know nothing. He didn't go back to the hotel, right? Did he? Right? After the shooting happened, he didn't go back to his hotel. He was missing for 3 hours. And he's staying in the hotel with them. He didn't go to the hotel and link up with the Outlaws and like, he didn't link up with Frank at the hotel. It took him 3 hours to get to the hospital. Okay, what time do you recall the Tyson fight was supposed to start? Generally 7:30 to 8 o'clock. Is this when you will want to be over there? Yeah, will want to be there. Yeah, yes, sir. And when did Mr. Shakur and Mr. Knight arrive? You know? Well, at the Luxor. I'm sorry, at the Luxor. Oh, from driving from LA? Yeah. Oh, okay. About 3-ish, 4 p.m. that day? Yes, sir. And did you see them